Hello everyone, it is Aries season, which means that we are at the beginning of a new astrological year. And so here I am creating content for the newsletter. I will be sending out a newsletter every month, and this content will only be found on the newsletter. So for this month, I really wanted to focus and honor the energy of Aries, and we'll be following the sun signs in the newsletter. So right now we have the sun in Aries, so happy birthday for all the Aries out there. And really here, this video content is for everyone. It is not just for people that have Aries energy, because when the sun is shining through that constellation, we are all collectively feeling that energy. So there's something around this message that can help you towards this month, that can help you direct your energy this month, so you can go with the cosmos, so you can go with the patterns of the universe. So with this said, we're gonna focus in on Aries. I'll tell you a little bit more of what it means archetypally, how we see it come up in our personalities and our consciousness. And then we'll move into the challenges that we face with this energy. And then finally, we'll talk about, how can you use this energy for the betterment of society? How can you use this to develop your sense of self? And then I'll leave you with some inspiration at the end. So when I think of Aries, I think of the ram. Aries is associated with fire. It is a cardinal sign, so it really is here to initiate something. Whenever I think of Aries, I think of that enthusiastic energy that wants to spark new life. And you see the Aries energy because it is the first sign of the zodiac, meaning that it's tied to us finding our identity, our sense of self. That question, who am I? And the mantra of I am. In this energy, we're really searching for the self. And whenever I think of Aries, I think of the process of birthing and that first initial energy that our mothers had to push and use all of their own fire energy with our fire energy to push and create life. It is the resurrection of life. And so Aries energy has a lot of willpower to initiate new projects, to risk take, because being born is a risk, right? That we are taking to come into this world. And there's deep in Aries' heart, I would say, that there's really this drive to fulfill their desires. And the word desires comes from Mars, the planet of Mars, the planet of action, where we see this force, this fire that Aries carries. And, with that said, there are some challenges that Aries face. Aries can be quite impulsive in this, with this heightened energy and this desire to act. They can be quite impatient, and then that doesn't allow them to necessarily see the whole picture because they're so focused on moving forward. And this is where I think in astrology, the polarity between the signs, so the opposite sign, can really help us, where we can look to Libra. And so while Aries has this motivation, this sense of self, and this willpower, and sometimes it can be caught up on not really having perspective on people around us, Libra remembers us of okay, wait, let's look around and check other people's experience. Let's try to understand the equilibrium here. And so I think throughout our lives this month especially, we can really look inward and see, when can we bring in this Libra energy to help our Aries momentum? And also help us not identify so much with I am my urges, right? We are not our urges. We might be feeling this huge wave of fire, and yet we can really find our sense of self beyond that urge. And And this leads me actually to, how can we really work with this energy throughout the month? We can really bring in the esoteric ruler of Mercury here. And so even though we have this Martian energy of assertion within Aries, Mercury can really help us go to our minds and not be so centered around our limbic system and around this primal energy that we feel. And Mercury, the mind, it can help us with our intuition, and it can help us really see further and really honor that Aries is a vehicle for creativity. Because that's one thing that I feel that Aries don't get credit for necessarily. There is this whole creative willpower around Aries, this aha moment, the spark that you have an idea. And Aries will act on that idea, which is beautiful, and our society needs that to move forward, to innovate. Aries are associated with innovation. And so here Mercury can really help us with a clear and conscious and direct channel for our actions. And so really I invite you this month to, whenever you're feeling that urge and that spark of a new idea, don't lose it. Hone it in through your sixth eye. So your third eye, your sixth chakra. Sit in meditation with that energy. Check in first, like, what is this? What am I a channel for? What am I trying to find my courage to come forth and speak out through my mind? Because Aries is a very courageous energy. It will willingly go in front of the line and volunteer to carry something new. And, with that said, I really wanted to leave you with some inspiration for you to keep honing in that creativity inside of you, that pioneer-like quality that Aries has. And there was this quote in Alan Oken's book, an astrologer who happens to be Aries, and he quoted Victor Hugo, who was a poet, and he said, "Nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come." And so what powerful idea do you have whose time has come, where you want to find the courage within you to act upon? So I'd love for you to sit with that. And with that said, I really want to thank, my research was based on Kathleen Burt, and then also Alan Oken, who is inspired by Alice Bailey and Master DK. So I thank my ancestors on this work, and I'm wishing you all a wonderful spring. May you have many new projects and enlightening ideas come through. Be well.